Hello and welcome to a Brit Reacts to Bollywood, and I want to say to all of you, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Sat Sri Akal Ji, Vanakkam, all the many greetings to you and yours wherever you are. There are many languages in India, so I couldn't possibly do all of them, but I know we have people watching from all over the world, and I appreciate it. It's been amazing watching some of the material from the 60s in terms of Sangam, which I looked at over the last number of weeks. And it's been so nice to see all of the people's different responses. It's so funny looking at all of these great glamorous films, particularly filmed in India. And I'm looking out the window right now and it's actual snowballs hitting the ground and there's a lot of wind. And this is just at the end of March. British weather is always so changeable, which is why us British people grow up always talking about it. So funny. I was suggested a few different projects. Devdas in the 50s, which I'm definitely going to look at in the next week or two. But also I want to look at another film which is from 1970. It's a film called PURAB Aur Pachim. And this poster is really evocative of that period, 60s going into the 70s, and you have this incredible girl in the sort of flower power miniskirts youth culture outfit of the time, and we have this wonderful poster which really gives a sense of that period, and I love it so much. It's very flower power 60s. Just look at that, and you have a sort of really interesting artist's rendition implying that there's two worlds here. There's this bright yellow world and there's this dark bluish world with an underworld figures, criminal figures, this guy in the leather jacket, and then in the yellow world you've got this sort of spiritual looking figure with the big beard. Is that a rudraksha around his neck? And this lady which straddles both worlds or separates them, you could say, very much in the youth culture clothing of the period, evocative of that period of change. This is a film translated as East and West, which is a Hindi language drama. It was produced and directed by Manoj Kumar, and it stars Manoj Kumar, SAIRA BANU, Ashok Kumar, Pran, and Prem Chopra. Music by Kalyanji Anandji. There's also a 2007 film, Namaste London, which is inspired by this film. It was the second film by Manoj Kumar where he stars as Bharat, and one of his 4 films on patriotism. That's interesting. There's a whole level of depth to this that I wasn't aware of. A synopsis for the film is: Bharat goes to Britain to study and is shocked to find that the Indians there shun India and Indians. He takes it upon himself to teach them Indian values. This is a whole hornet's nest. The UK had a huge amount of Indian people coming in, particularly around the 60s and 70s, and various reasons, obviously because it was a part of the empire before. This is a really interesting story relating to the idea of what identity people have when they live in another country for 1 or 2 generations. I know that that's an ongoing conversation among people who are descended from Indians who are British, who live here. How are they perceived by people in India, and how are they perceived by people in the UK, and how do they perceive themselves? That's a really interesting conversation. Interesting cross point, this film, of the changes that were happening in India, the changes that were happening in the UK, the flower power movement, the sort of spiritual renaissance and influence that India influenced in the UK in terms of, the Beatles going to India and being influenced by that. So there's a lot going on here, but it's a really interesting take to go at it and then say, are you being patriotic? I don't know. That's an interesting question, especially once you move to another country. Which country would you consider yourself patriotic to? I'm going to look at the song RAGHUPATI RAGHAV Raja Ram. I'll look at the translation afterwards, but I just want to get a feel for this song.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
Well, that's definitely England.
रघुपति राघव
Wow.
राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम.
This lady looks really iconic that is in the poster and lead of this film. It's interesting looking at this lady because obviously she is wearing Western clothes, so she's straddling two cultures here. Wow, that's crazy camera work. Well, that's the shortest video I think I've ever looked at. Okay, I'm going to take a look at another song here. This is Bharat Ka RAHNEWALA HOON.
जब जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने मेरे भारत ने दुनिया को तब गिनती आई तारों की भाषा भारत ने दुनिया को पहले सिखलाई देता न दशमलव भारत तो यूं चांद पे जाना मुश्किल था धरती और चांद की दूरी का अंदाजा लगाना मुश्किल था.
This is such creative camera work. Look at that shot.
जहां पहले आई पहले जन्म
Really unusual.
जहां पे कला अपना भारत वो भारत है जिसके पीछे संसार चला और आगे बढ़ा यूं आगे बढ़ा बढ़ता ही गया भगवान करे ये और बढ़े बढ़ता ही
This is like
रहे
Dr.
और
Strangelove in
फूले
terms of
फले,
cinematography.
बढ़ता ही रहे और फूले फले.
चुप क्यों हो गए और सुनाओ
है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा
Now she's mysterious. I'm intrigued by her presence in this film.
है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा मैं गीत वहां के गाता हूँ भारत का रहने वाला हूँ भारत की बात सुनाता हूँ है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा
She's sort of got blonde hair in this.
काले गोरे का भेद नहीं हर दिल से हमारा नाता है
Wow, that's great.
कुछ और न आता हो हमको हमें प्यार निभाना आता है
This is powerful. Okay, I love that shot.
चुकी सारी दुनिया हो जिसे मान चुकी सारी दुनिया मैं बात वही दोहराता हूँ भारत का रहने वाला
Great physical presence, soaring voice.
है प्रीत जहां की रीत
She's smoking a lot.
जीते हो किसी ने देश तो क्या हमने तो दिलों को जीता है
He's like a sort of lecturer telling them something. Gandaji?
जहाँ राम अभी तक है नर में, नारी में अभी तक सीता है।
They're like chimneys, these ladies.
इतने पावन हैं लोग जहाँ, इतने पावन हैं लोग
Is that Nehru?
मैं नित नित शीश झुकाता हूँ। भारत का रहने वाला हूँ, भारत की बात सुनाता हूँ।
Really creative. She seems... Oh, she's not all there. She seems carefree, careless, you could say. Only when my India invented the zero, India, my India, only then the world learnt counting, the language of the stars. India taught that first to the world. That's my India, the one whom the world follows and moves forward. India, lead the way and keep on leading. I pray to God that India keeps on succeeding, India keeps on moving forward and blossoming. Very specific, abstract language about India, reference to the scientific advancements of numbers. Chief, the house of Raghu, Lord Rama, uplifters of those who have fallen, Sita and Rama, God and Allah are your names, God bless everyone with wisdom. So it's a devotional song. This is a curious film because it's very specifically on a certain level. I don't really know anything about the relationships or the story as much, and perhaps there are other songs that are more appropriate for the lead female, the relationship between the man and the people around him. What I've seen so far primarily seems to be about the concept of India and the concept of religious ideas and doctrine. I'm curious about this because this is such a strange mix of being in England and being amongst English customs and things, and then being Indian in England. So I don't know, let me know what the other angles and dimensions of this film are, because it's visually quite powerful. I mean, the cinematography, particularly on the one in the room with the turning tables and chairs and that stunning like starlight ceiling in a night sky type look, and the shots of the woman who seems quite standoffish and mysterious and statuesque, smoking like a chimney and dropping a glass of wine, things like that were very curious to me. And the men who look very serious and slightly tense at his talk about India. There's so many curious concepts interacting here. I enjoy it, particularly visually powerful. But let me know what else there is I need to look at from this film. I think it'd be intriguing to know. That's what I'm here for, to have a look. Give me some tips and ideas on this. All right, I will look at other films in the next couple of weeks. I am your Brit reacting to Bollywood. I appreciate you all. I wish you all a wonderful week. Chin chin, cheerio.